Hello, my name is Chris Wright and I'm a candidate for State Representative from the 77th District. Since this is my first time running for public office, I would like to take a moment to introduce myself. I have a long personal history with Bristol, having been born and raised here, as was my mother and her mother. All four of my grandparents worked in factories around town. My parents both grew up in town, and each were the first members of their families to attend college. They instilled in their children a belief in the importance of education and a strong work ethic. One thing my father tells me is, "Son, all you have in life is your name, so never do anything to harm it." I attended Bristol public grade schools, and after having graduated from St. Paul, I continued on to Central Connecticut State University and earned a degree in economics. Later, I earned a certificate in paralegal studies from Hartford College for Women and attended seminary for a time. For 8 years, I worked for the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, and I currently work in registration at St. Francis Hospital, where I see firsthand the struggles people in Connecticut have finding affordable health insurance for themselves and for their children. As I go around the district meeting people, I'm often asked why I am doing this. The answer is frustration. Due to the gridlock between the parties, we have a federal government that just does not function, leaving it up to the states to solve our own problems. The more frustrated I became, the more I realized that I needed to take action instead of just complaining. I decided that my educational and personal background made me a good candidate for office, so I decided to run. The people of Bristol deserve a representative who will be responsive to their concerns, and I will be that representative. Top among the issues that concern me is the economy. The next few years will present us with challenges, as the legislature must find a way to keep spending and taxes in check, while at the same time making sure that our children are still being educated, our roads and bridges are still being maintained, and that the basic needs of our citizens are being met. Difficult choices are going to have to be made, and we need to choose representatives who can understand both the financial and human costs of those decisions. I believe that I am that individual. I am also concerned about the environment. Connecticut is a small state with limited land, and I believe that we need to be asking ourselves, how do we protect the last remaining remnants of open space that we have? This is why we need to pursue policies that encourage the reclamation and reuse of brownfields instead of the destruction of greenfields. We need to institute tax policies that promote the use of the most fuel-efficient vehicles by both the public and the state. We need to accelerate the replacement of greenhouse gas-emitting energy plants with cleaner technologies. We need initiatives which will encourage economic growth in our state that is both sustainable and beneficial to all our citizens. The third issue I would like to discuss is education. When the members of the Connecticut Business and Industry Association were asked to name their #1 concern, it was not taxes as one might expect, but education. We need to make sure that our teachers are provided with the materials and support that they require to bring our children up to their full potential. Businesses are telling us that they need a well-educated workforce in order to do business here in Connecticut. We need to listen to them, or risk falling behind other states in the fight to retain good jobs. My last, though certainly not least concern that I want to bring before you today is health care. The fact that 10% of the population in our state goes without health insurance is unacceptable. I see these people every day when they come into the emergency room with complaints that should be taken care of in a doctor's office. This is both a financial and a moral issue. We need to do a better job providing basic health care for our citizens, not only because ignoring the problem threatens to bankrupt the system, but because it is the right thing to do. We can do better. Send me to Hartford, and I promise that I will do all in my power to work for the betterment of everyone in our city and in our state. I will fight for cleaner air and cleaner water, better schools, and better health care for all our citizens, so that we can continue the promise made by those who came before us, to leave our children a state that is stronger, better, cleaner, and healthier than the one we live in today. Thank you.